I just went straight into work in an apprenticeship. I didn't choose sixth form, so.
That's pretty stupid. Yeah, Myles, what was your big reason for not choosing sixth form?
Oh, being stuck around the same people.
Yeah, true.
Respect.
Fuck some of the people in sixth form, right?
No. Well, it's just you get what I mean by like the high school head.
Yeah, the sort of the immature, like everyone thinks too much about other people's opinions.
Yes.
To the point where it's like crippling.
People are all in each other's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't like it, so I just
I get that.
I couldn't be asked for it, so I left.
Fair.
I thought be around some more responsible people.
Mm-hmm.
Not you guys ain't responsible.
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Myles?
Not saying it.
I'm a responsible young man.
No, I get what you mean. More mature. I suppose like being around more mature people is always better.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know, growth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, change is good. Yeah, I just felt
Keep
like
the mic.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Keep the mic right there.
Yeah, just if I was stuck in sixth form, then I wouldn't like mentally grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought just leave sixth form and go straight into work.
What do you think you would have done,
Apprenticeship.
like chosen, if you went to sixth form?
Physics being one of them. Hopefully would have got.
Regret that. You probably regret that.
Probably too much maths.
Physics is not fun.
Physics. Maybe biology.
No.
Okay, I'll take that.
Everyone who does biology would tell you no,
Yeah.
and I will tell you no.
You do biology. Ooh, regret that. Yeah.
Yeah, do you still do it though?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Oh, I thought you dropped it. What
No,
did
no,
you drop?
Psychology.
Oh,
Fuck psychology.
Yeah, fuck psychology.
Either way, I would have lost. Like, I'm not gonna gain anything.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna be in pain. But like, if you're gonna do, like, say you're like about to pick your A levels, don't pick biology.
Don't pick maths, biology, psychology.
Don't pick French.
Don't pick French
Yeah.
or German.
Don't go to sixth form.
Or no, do design and technology.
That's
Bricklaying.
one I'll probably
Yeah.
talk.
Performing arts, so you can skip it. Turn up for the final exam and just sort of like, I don't know, act or something. Yeah, and you'll get.
Just watch
like,
Wolf of Wall
That's
Street.
what you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Watch Spider-Man or something like before.
What would be a third option? Food tech, maybe.
No, I tried to pick that, but then they cancelled it because not enough people were doing it. There was like one other person, I think, who picked it.
I remember asking, when I took food tech, like in high school, having to ask your mum at like, God knows what time.
The night before.
In the morning or something. Yeah. She'd be like, "Fuck's sake! Why you fucking tell me yesterday, fucking Jeffing."
The sort of the fear you'd get
Yeah,
before you
you'd
go
have
and
to-
ask
oh.
them, Mum.
Can I have some ham, please?
Yeah. It'd always be fucked up shit they'd ask for as well to cook the most boring meals.
Yeah, like pesto. Actually, fast pesto's nice. Yeah, but you never get any of it.
No, pesto's made in my opinion.
You don't like it?
It's all right, but it's just sort of it's not like, you know.
Pesto on pizza.
No.
Weird.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a good combo.
No, I don't
Weird
fuck
combination,
Margarita.
but yeah, like a margarita. You know where you get the fancy margaritas where you get like the big.
No, they're the worst. The big spots of cheese is like
Yeah,
no.
with
Right.
pesto on it as well. Smack bang.
Yeah.
We think
It's a Dr. Oak.
No, I can't.
So we're on about like the brand, the pizza brand.
Dr. Oak.
Is that his name?
It's something like I think I know the one you're on about.
Yeah.
All those sort of like Italian name pizza brands.
I don't think Dr. Oak is an Italian name.
No, but they all, like I guarantee if it's the one I'm thinking of, the box color is like red, green, and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
think so.
like the only true pizza brand that stuck to itself was Chicago Town. All right, because you knew exactly what you were
The
getting.
stuffed crust.
Yeah, you were getting like. Did you have a microwave a pizza? Because I know you could put them in the. Don't. It's
What?
not. Yeah.
That wouldn't. How does that
Soggy
work?
bottoms.
If you can microwave a pizza, you probably shouldn't be eating it. You know what I mean?
It's Pride Month this month, Myles. That's why we've thought we'd get you on the
Oh
podcast.
wow! Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thought it'd be a fitting guest.
I came out like 3 weeks ago.
Congrats, Myles.
Thank you.
How'd you feel?
Shit.
Why?
Do you not feel liberated?
No.
Feel the same as I was, just being able to tell people.
Yeah, you don't have to hide it now. Well, I'm happy for you, Myles. Congrats. Just know that.
I ain't gay, by the way.
Well, you're not.
No.
That's why we invited you on the podcast.
Yeah, do you want to leave then, bro? Apparently, it is actually Men's Mental Health Month this month. I googled it, but it said it's November.
Oh,
But I've seen like social media posts, so I thought,
must be true then.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's something that's like proper underrated. That though. Like,
I got some.
underrated isn't probably not the right word, but like.
I know what you mean.
I wrote down some statistics. If it is actually Men's Mental Health Month, I don't know if it is or not.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote some statistics I thought would be quite fitting to talk about. It's quite depressing, actually. So this is from mind.org.uk. They're a good like mental health charity. 2 out of 5 men regularly report feeling worried or low.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 37% increase since 2009.
Heavy.
More than 1/3 of men say social media has a negative impact on how they feel. I would imagine regardless if you're a man, like I think everyone can agree. Social media, like just it's
good. It's like good being able to get your word out there. Yeah, and I guess seeing what other people do.
Hold the mic closer again.
Sorry. Seeing what like other people are being able to do. I guess it's all right, but just social, it can have a bad impact on you. Like seeing other people and how their progress is going compared to yours. Yeah, people think, oh, I should be doing better than them. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's no, you're just your own person. Yes, you make your own progress.
The whole like idea of social media is completely different now. When it was just like keeping in touch with people, that was when it was good. You know, you can message people, oh, how you doing? Or like halfway across the world, and that's good. But now it's completely different from that. It's a whole world on its own. It's not just keeping in touch with friends. It's seeing what everyone else is doing and what everything else is going on in the world, and that's like all that like overload of information is so like it's so damaging for you.
Phones and social media, like they're a primary, the primary like tool of work, social, and like personal life now.
Yeah, you couldn't go without it.
If you look back to the 90s, like people still had their flip phones.
Yeah.
You see, if you look from like go to like
Nokia brick 3310, first phone.
if you look at people in the 90s, they would have their phone. It was just like a thing on the side, wasn't it? Now it's literally part of you, and you see that like.
You don't leave the house without it.
Yeah, that rapid integration, and I imagine it's gonna like with Neuralink and like Elon Musk and that. I imagine it's gonna get even more integrated till it's literally just gonna be in your head, just browsing Instagram.
Turn into fucking robots with this chip in your head.
Would you do that? Would you get a Neuralink in your head?
Probably not. Not yet. Also, sorry, just is my mic on? Because that middle bar isn't going. We didn't do a test, did we?
Yeah, let's guess mic 2.
Oh, where am I?
Look.
Okay, all right. Just because the last part with Matt John's episode where we
Yeah,
were on the
oh
full
my
thing
God.
and the audio was fucked up, we can't.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like imagine you fucking get it and then all of a sudden you get pop-up ads in front of your eyes. Like couldn't deal
Pay your
with
Neuralink £30 membership.
Oh my God.
You just shut down.
Your brain just turns off.
No, it didn't. Because they had like videos of monkeys playing Pong, didn't they? All the monkeys are dead.
Yep.
Which is like.
They got the monkeys to play pong in their mind, but you didn't hear on the news afterwards.
The one with like the
Like the table tennis kind of thing. Yeah, they're all dead now.
Yeah, all the monkeys are dead.
Yeah,
in that study.
From the chip, like, do they have to put them down or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I imagine they're just it's fucking chip in their head, isn't it? I imagine they're just gonna pop off.
Mm-hmm. There's that guy who got an antenna in the back of his head. Like, yeah, I don't know if I assume he's still alive. I don't think it does anything. I think he just move it up and down. Hang on.
You see all them chips as well that you can get in your hand.
No.
Oh yeah.
Chips that go in your hand that can hold everything in there. Yeah, say it's
what?
Not
No.
NFC.
NFC,
NFC
yeah.
chips. I was about to say NFC. That's a fucking monkey. No, but yeah, and then like say it's got your card in it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you want
yeah.
to pay. Yeah, just
What?
which is dangerous because someone could just come by and like shake your hand with with like a chipped one, and shake your hand, oh, got all your money, fuck off. Yeah, but like they're good. Like NFC, on your phone. Yeah.
Just in your hand.
Like, you could scan someone else's phone, your hand, and give them all your contact details.
Oh
So it'd be
shit.
really quick.
Yeah.
Which is like going back to social media in a way. Like, well, not social media, but like phones and stuff. Like it'd be another way of progressing, but also if you've got a chip in your head, that's a bit of a setback.
Yeah. So the guy I was talking about is called Cyborg Neil Harbison. He is the first legally guy known as a cyborg. The antenna in his head allows him to hear color through vibrations
Colour?
in his skull. Apparently, yeah. That's kind of fucking sick. He can pick
What does
the-
red sound like?
Ask him. Like, yeah, that's
You can hear How
that's
does
pretty
that work?
fucking sick. Apparently, it picks up vibrations from colors like ultraviolet and infrared, and can receive telephone calls and satellite images directly in his head.
Whoa.
Damn.
No, because I reckon you'd be getting some noise if you had it turned on. I reckon you'd be getting some noise going.
Yeah, what if
through
you're in like a city
Oh.
and there's just constant noise? You don't just hear like.
You'd have like some brain frying.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So he's colorblind.
Oh.
He has total color blindness, and so now he can hear color. Damn, that's cool. That
That
I
is a
respect
different
that.
way of
No, that's messing my head because how does he hear it and think and it just goes red?
How do you look at something and think, oh, I know that that's different from that? You know, if you had carried on with psychology, you would have known this, right?
like when you look at red, what do you see?
Red.
Well, you see the
Don't
it's the absence of other color. The thing when you have your brain creates these things called schemas. Which is like groups of information that allows you to differentiate a dog from a cat. Because baseline, a kid will look at, you know, like a young child will look at a furry animal with a tail and 4 legs, and it knows it's got a dog at home.
Yeah.
And it sees a cat, it sees a furry animal with 4 legs and a tail, and it thinks, oh, dog, just looks different.
Just because it's the absence of the other thing.
Well, it's the schema that allows you to know the difference between that. Colors, if you have all the colors and you mix them together, you create white. And so, you know, if you...
it's like white light, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
if
everything put together.
you've got LEDs in your room, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, if you make them like red or shit,
Yeah.
other stuff around it changes color because all of a sudden
Yeah.
new light has been added to on it.
It's all changed, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's annoying because I wish I knew more about it to be able to like talk about it, because it is a very interesting and head fucking thing to
What
think
about,
about.
you know, when you go into the fucking laser quest when you're a kid?
Yeah.
And you're one of the ones that look,
sick.
Oh, with like a white
shit.
Yeah.
Because of the light, it made you glow, and suddenly you were the coolest kid in the room.
Yeah, it's like ultraviolet reflections and shit. It's like you know, you have a black light and you go look at Louis' bed, and then all of a sudden it's like shining.
I'm probably the cleanest person. I don't want to flex, but I'm probably the cleanest person here.
What a fucked up thing to say.
Yes.
Bullshit.
I mean, I am clean, but my room is just like my car's relatively clean. Yeah, but then my room is just like, it could be tidier. And I know Louis is a bit of a spotless man. I mean, all in place.
Yeah, that's because of autism. You know what I mean? He's got an advantage.
Yeah, this is my lack of social skills. Just makes me constantly tidying my room.
Yeah.
The thing that messes with my head with that guy again. But does he see the does it make him see the?
Oh, ooh.
Because if he gets that vibration in, does his brain like?
No, probably
like-
not.
Well, if he's colourblind, he can still see, can't he?
Yeah, he's not blind.
Yeah, so it's just like the colour sensors in your eye, isn't it?
Yeah, like the retina, and is it the retina that the thing he's
I
colour?
think so.
Your retina and then your other ones.
Yeah, like
This-
you
this
get rods, you get light rods that sensor. I remember Dr. Nixon talking about it, and that's why, you know, if you look at a light and then look away,
Yeah.
and you see it explode, it's because your eye rods are damaged.
Oh.
Oh, mate. Tell you what, we're fucking forgetting that I've pressed my forgetting to put my mask down or tacking. Yeah, when I'm welding, like tacking. And you get that UV light, and it's basically like the sun in a very small spot. I have this mask where you press a button on it, it turns to grind. Yeah, so then it doesn't it doesn't like darken. Yeah, when you're grinding, and then you forget that you've turned it on, weld. Yeah, and you see that little spot, and you see it for the rest of the day.
Damn.
I'm probably going blind from it, but
Yeah, you probably will.
Really?
Welding is not a good job for your body.
oh no.
Don't be a welder if you value your health.
One thing I
Thank
found with working on the construction site.
Louis had a construction job for 3 days.
4 actually.
Sorry.
Is the dust, and there's posters all around the site.
Silica dust, isn't it?
Yeah, and how like the different like from like in like bricks, concrete, and wood, how much like percentage of is like dangerous whatever's released, and like people who work on construction sites are 4 times more likely to develop like asthma and lung conditions than normal people.
Like from cutting, do you mean? Like when they're cutting the bricks and stuff?
Yeah, not even that. Literally just like moving it. Like when I'm moving bricks, like there's dust everywhere. And like shoveling, because you can't see it.
No,
it's invisible dust. And as well with the fiberglass, like I've seen already, like a lot of the builders, like when they're like putting the insulation in the walls, they literally go like, and I'm thinking,
fiberglass, isn't it?
Yeah, and it stinks. It smells like fish.
Interesting.
It's really weird.
Fish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know sulfur smells like eggs, so maybe there's like.
Like the Icelandic springs.
Oh my god, bro!
The hot springs.
Or the water in Iceland, like you get in a shower and it just smells like eggs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro, have you both been to Iceland?
I went in 2017. When did you go, Myles?
A while ago, I don't know.
Yeah, I win, bitch.
Oh wow.
I'll bring you back to the statistics here.
Sorry.
'Cause I want to get them out of the way. 10% of men have suicidal thoughts when low. That's a double since 2009. And 3 times more men commit suicide than women. Which is pretty fucking like... And the most common age is 40 to 49 in males to commit suicide, which kind of makes sense.
I guess when stress builds up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's sort of when most people have their family,
family, like and then
job going, everything just like piling on.
One bad thing about it is like you say 2 out of 5, the ones that like commit suicide. One thing bad about it is like some men don't speak up.
No, it can be very difficult to speak up.
Yeah.
Is this the episode where we finally show vulnerability and our personas for the podcast dissipate?
See, I've been thinking about that.
About the persona, or
No, just like because we talk about mental health and whatnot, and we talk about working on your past traumas and whatnot, and how to get better and everything.
but we're not open.
We haven't openly spoken about that.
No.
And it's sort of like, do people need to know? But it's also like, does it help build that persona and that sort of, it might build a bit of confidence in some people that there is other people out there that go through shit and that things get better, because things do get better.
Yeah, I'll admit, like I've relatively recently I made a big fuck up, and I've been pretty down about it. But yeah, as long as you keep your head up and move, yeah. I mean, it is pretty tricky to do, but you got to think what's done is done. Yeah, you can't change the past unless you have a fucking time machine. I don't know.
Fair. Well, I appreciate your honesty, brother Myles. You know, Louis, when was the last time you cried?
I don't know. I think it might be years ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Sometimes it feels like though, sometimes I felt like I want to, because I feel like it'd be a bit of release sometimes, but I haven't been through
enough
to sort of get me over that edge. Because there's some times I'm just like, I just fucking do it, but then it's just kind of like I sit there and I'm like,
you're just numb.
Yeah, I get that. Watch an Adam Sandler film. Like, they're always tearjerkers, you know what I mean?
oh, have you watched The Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
actually.
bro, yeah.
I
I almost teared up.
I almost did.
Yeah.
The motherfucker from Cloudy with a
too
Chance of
hard to
Meatballs,
shed,
bro.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like I don't fucking cry, but like films, whatever. Like I don't. When I see people cry, I'm kind of just.
Purpose as well. Seen that one?
No, I didn't watch that one because they abused all the dogs on set.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. See,
fuck that.
this podcast just seems to be like people talking about things and me shitting on them because there's fucked up things behind it.
Well, no, you can pirate it. That's not supporting it in a way if you still want to watch the film.
Yeah, but I suppose it's like knowing what went on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like. Oh. I'm sorry, Myles.
Well, I didn't watch that movie. No, not at all.
Marley and Me. That was always like when I was younger, a dog one that made me cry.
Never seen that one.
You haven't seen Marley and Me?
Never
Oh, it's
seen
actually a
that
really
one.
happy film. You should watch it.
A happy film,
Yeah.
Made you cry though.
Nah.
Tears of happiness.
Yeah, lots of laughs.
Yeah, with films and like just like reading or like normal like content consumption or whatever, it doesn't like. I don't know how to describe it. When you see like Titanic, like people like bawling their eyes out.
That I don't get.
I'm just kind of like.
I understand because it's like it's a lot of people died. Yeah, and possibly could be some of our relatives. We don't know. Yeah,
About the film.
Yeah, yeah.
Louis reading articles about Titanic. No, yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I don't understand the people crying from it.
See, I think you guys have low empathy.
I probably do.
They're not saying you don't have empathy, but
What? So being sad for others.
yeah, the feeling of like understanding other people's emotions. I feel like I think I've become more empathetic than I used to be, and so I get more attached to characters and stories and shit. So like, I don't think I cry at Titanic, but I'll normally cry at a lot of films. Yeah, they're like, yeah, I just get attached. You know what I mean?
What's like the character in the film?
Yeah, because it's just sort of like, damn, imagine that shit happening to me. It's like, I'd hate that.
I guess when if you're becoming attached,
I'd hate that.
yeah. If you're becoming like attached to the person in the film, you
Yeah.
like you're sort of picturing yourself in their shoes.
Yeah,
in a
that's
way.
what empathy is.
Yeah.
The idea of picturing yourself. I think everyone would benefit from being more empathetic.
I don't think I'm not empathetic, but I am not. I'm obviously not as empathetic as you. Yeah.
Bitch.
No, it's just like I don't know. I other people go through shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
So do you. Yeah. And crying for others isn't gonna help you, but I guess is it gonna make them feel better? As long as you're there for them and you talk to them, yeah, and say like you just talk to them as in like you're understanding, yeah. It's nice to hear it from someone else, yeah. And sometimes the truth hurts, yeah. Just hearing it from someone else, but being that sad for others, yeah, like not sad, but like
Hold it a bit closer again. Sorry.
sorry, yeah. Well,
Hold it more like that. You're holding it like this. Just
yeah,
hold
that
it,
should be
kind of
fine,
pointing towards you.
surely. Like, because I do that. Oh,
Yeah, just making sure, so like, kind of gets you in that habit of there,
so
doesn't it?
you don't go through that, and then it's like fuck
microphone
all of it
police. Carry on, Myles.
Yeah, sorry, I really
there.
interrupted.
What was
there.
I? No, but yeah, and then it's just I don't know. There's some of your own shit you got to put up with as well. Yeah, so
Do you think it's detrimental to be sad for other people? Is that like the point?
that's detrimental.
Like, do you think it?
Too technical for me.
What,
mate.
which word? Do you think it hurts you being sad for other people? Like it's bad for you almost in a sense.
No, but I don't want to burden myself with other people's problems.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like.
fair point.
You can't. Well, yeah. When I say that, like benefiting, everyone will benefit from being empathetic. I don't think that you should always, because there's so much fucked up shit going on in the world. If you were upset for every person, you would never
Yeah.
smile again.
No.
You know what I mean? I just think it's good to have an understanding of how would I feel in that situation, because it can benefit everything in your life, how you talk to people, relationships. Because a flaw of mine in relationships is if something wouldn't upset me, I don't get why other people are upset by it, because it's like, well, it's not logical to be upset by that, forgetting that other people, have feelings, and that the whole world doesn't revolve around me, I guess. But I do get what you mean in the sort of, if you did spend your whole life being worried about everyone else's problems, you'd lose yourself in that.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, you as a person wouldn't make much progress.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes to feel empathy for someone who's going something, sometimes you have to go through it yourself because you don't fully understand it. And like you said, empathy is feeling what other people would feel, being in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
Because you haven't been through it before, you don't understand what it's like to be in that position, so you can't feel that empathy. Sometimes going through it, it's like, oh shit.
You look back and you're like, I see what they mean.
And you can sort of comfort them more because having that knowledge of been through it, you know what to do with hindsight.
I think that I saw a lot with the whole like BLM movement was I understand that I will never understand, because that as a white male, there are certain things in my life that I will never have to go through, fortunately, and I can never picture it. It's always like, oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? But we don't understand. And there are situations. There have been situations where, like, say I've given someone bad advice because I didn't actually properly understand that feeling because I hadn't been through it.
Yeah.
So I think going through things immediately makes you more understanding of stuff, because it's normally the people who've gone through the most shit that. So actually,
It
no.
depends on how they process the trauma.
Yeah, you can go both ways with it, can't you? You can sort of repress it and then spread negativity from yourself outwards just because you can't process your own shit. And sometimes I suppose the shit can be that bad that you don't want to have to try and process it, or you can try and process it and work through it and understand that I don't want other people to feel how I felt.
Help yourself before you help another.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, 100% help yourself.
That's how you help others. You have to help yourself first.
Yeah, there's no point. I remember like always seeing them in year 7 where it'd be like the sort of Instagram posts where people with like low battery would be giving other people more battery, and it was like, this is so
still
stupid.
See that shit all around.
Yeah. But like I get the message behind it, you know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm going off a tangent here. You know, like the sort of like Instagram posts from back then. You know the like never quit, and it's like the guy's mining. There's a guy who's like just about to meet diamonds, and he quits, and then there's a guy who just keeps going. That's always like whenever I'm like thinking about quitting, regardless of what it is, like, oh, you know, should I do this homework? That image always pops into my head of like, fuck, you know, the diamonds are right there. Imagine that's like, I saw a comment once actually. It was someone saying, I have a gambling addiction because of this photo.
Fair. Nearly there.
Yeah.
I it's probably about like 11. I went through that exact thing on Minecraft, where I was like,
Oh yeah,
just doing,
on Minecraft.
Well, I was just
It
doing
could be the next one.
No, yeah, and I found gold. Like I what did I do? I think I quit. And then I reloaded it up because I was like, right, I'll just do like 3 more blocks because I might have missed something. Went back, found gold, and then like never went on the world again. You know what I mean?
My first Minecraft world when I got like Pocket Edition. I I remember I didn't understand. It was just like a very like one of the first like editions of Minecraft, and it was only like creative mode on the app at the time. There was no survival mode on. That's how old ago, like how long ago it was. I remember like mining down. Oh no, it was survival actually. No, it was survival. There wasn't creative mode.
Was this pocket mode on an iPad?
Yeah. I remember I spent
kid with having chicken nuggets and greasy iPads. Just them 2 little circles at the bottom with it like just smudged across.
I remember I didn't have a pickaxe or anything. Just holding down the screen and mining down stone, just going down in a straight line. I remember I hit diamond and I was like. And then I remember I just held it down. I must have been there for 5 minutes, literally watching this, because it was like, as you mine, the circle goes like bigger and bigger and bigger, doesn't it? And I sat there for about 5 minutes, just holding my finger on the iPad screen, no pickaxe, just. And after 5 minutes, just went boop, and there was nothing. I was like,
I just want diamond.
See, that's actually an important lesson, because sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you just fail. There isn't always a reason of I could have done better. I could have done that. I think
we didn't fail.
Well, he did. He didn't get the diamonds.
there's a lesson in every failure.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't get the diamond?
No, because I didn't have a
Yeah,
pickaxe.
he mined it with his hand.
Yeah,
So
that's why I
it
sat
doesn't
there. For
work, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't played enough Minecraft.
Fucking
Especially not Pocket Edition anyway.
no, fuck Pocket Edition.
No, he's
Fuck
good.
Pocket Edition.
I always like, you know, like my mum's phone, because I was like too young to have
Yeah.
anything. I used to make like a zombie trap where I just dig like a 4x4 down, and then I'd make like a little window where I could put glass on it, and then wait for night to come to collect zombies in this pit, and then when the sun come, I'd watch them burn.
Psychopath.
Yeah, and that for like 10 minutes, and then we had to go. So I was like, "There's your phone back, Mum." I miss the good old days of Minecraft Pocket Edition.
I'm going back to the mental health thing again.
Yeah, we keep going off.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Tangents, Minecraft.
Sorry,
Louis, just move your mic slightly further away from your mouth, because I keep seeing your bar go red, and that's what we did with Matt.
Yeah. I can set the maximum volume. I just realised on Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
So like, it could even if I go
Yeah.
like that, if I don't edit it, it'll sound horrible to everyone with their headphones in. But yeah, I can set it so it would only go to a certain volume.
Oh,
You know when it
sick,
goes to like
okay.
the red,
Yeah, yeah.
it would only go to like the top of the green.
Oh, sick. Okay, ignore me.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, I think for me with the low empathy thing, I think I've always kind of suppressed it, so that's maybe why I have quite low empathy. Any emotions of my own, I've always just been like pushing it down,
Yeah.
and where I've sort of not, ignored it in a sense.
You repress it. Yeah, I think
That's maybe why I have quite a low empathy. I think I've become more empathetic recently. I think that's mainly partly due to my like better understanding of mental health and like journaling and shit and meditating and being more introspective. Because that's one of the main things I'm trying to.
You pay attention to what's going on in your head.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, looking after yourself first before you look after others. And I found myself, when I'm like the other day with like me and Kinsey like went for a walk, just chatting. I feel more empathetic. I'm more understanding. Before, if you like spoke to me like year 9, you probably like know yourself before you just like show up and call you a pussy.
Yeah. Try and fight me or something.
Yeah.
Like, Louis, I'm kind of sad today.
Oh God. One of the questions I was just on the walk the other day, and it just like clicked in my head. Just sort of asked myself and everyone else, our listeners and people watching, ask yourself this: are you happy? Like, look deep down and ask, are you happy?
For the most part, I've come out of a bit where I wasn't happy for quite some time, and I've things have been looking slightly better recently. It is a hard question to try and think, because you don't want the answer to be no. You obviously only want the answer to be yes. And I think it's a difficult thing to try and accept. Like, fuck, okay, maybe I'm not as happy as I think I am. How about you, Myles? Are you happy?
At the moment, I'm relatively okay. Yeah,
That's the most you can ask for.
I'm coping. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing that I might just add to that is, maybe if you're not happy now, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Will you be happy then?
Yeah, this is like there's sort of two sides to the question I wrote down. Are you happy with your current position in life? Like right now, are you satisfied? Are you content being where you are right now, being in this room, being in this area?
Well, in this room, yeah, but like I'm happy. I'm sound. Where I am,
Like your life in general.
My life in general now, I'm not happy with it at the moment. Yeah, but I don't want to look too far into the future. I only want to look at the next step. Yeah, and I feel like the next step is one step better, and after that, hopefully, it's going to be better again. But I can't see that other one.
Yeah, one step at a time, innit? Yeah, it's sort of I think the best way to be is still be content. I think this is what I'm getting better at, is being content of where I am right now, but I still want more from life.
Then yeah, the way I describe that is you're grateful for what you've got, but you're not satisfied.
Yeah,
I think that's the way to put that, because we all have roofs over our heads, and we all have food.
We have food on the table.
Yeah,
we
we
all
all
tap.
those sort of things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean just because we want more from or to do more doesn't mean we're not grateful for what we've got.
I'm super grateful for what we all are. Yeah. But obviously, the things that you do, and like for your personal self, they just sometimes things could be better.
Yeah. I agree. Louis, with your sort of like how you're saying you normally repress that, and that so you've grown with that. Do you think because of, say, if you look at your dad, what's your dad like with emotions?
I don't know. I've never spoken to him about it.
And I think that's a big thing, because obviously I've got 2 sisters and a mom who are all very open with their emotions. I think I've grown up being told that it's okay to talk and it's okay to share your sort of things. I feel like parents have the biggest impact when it comes to your idea of being vulnerable.
Like I mentioned, it was last episode, a couple episodes ago, like people who aren't used to intimacy or contact, when even someone like comes to give them a hug, like some random person, it's like, whoa,
what are you doing?
Yeah. I think that maybe the thing is though, with my dad, there was that like quite a decent period where I never really saw him. So
you don't really know what he's like.
Yeah, I think our relationship's definitely improving now, because I'm spending more time with him. But yeah, definitely like when I was younger, it was like fuck, I want to see my dad.
Oh wait, so when you say a decent period, do you mean as in like length?
Like years.
Yeah, not as in like that was the best time I've ever had. That sort of decent time. That's what I thought you meant at first. That's why I smiled at you. Because I think like, yeah, I had a good part of my life where I didn't see my dad. That's what I thought you meant.
No. Those that period where I didn't see my dad, I think it must have been like 6-7 years.
What age was this?
I think from like year 2 until like year 8. So
you're quite young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 6 to like 13.
Very sort of like not like milestone ages, but sort of important for development ages, which is sad. Sorry, you had to go through that.
Thank you, bro. I sort of journaled about it.
Like if there's not a father figure there for you, yeah.
I think I'm lucky with like the internet and that there was and like people.
4chan.com.
Oh my god, Jesus! If I ever touched 4chan, I'd be a completely different person than I am right now. People even like it sounds like stupid, but like, people like Rocky, like watching like Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, like that sort of like because it's like a positive role model. It's a guy who's training hard. He's living a good lifestyle. I didn't necessarily have that as much, and I think I definitely noticed because like when I didn't before I had like properly got into like sports. And like watching like Rocky and like watching like Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these like strong guys.
Who?
What?
Schwarzer what?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzer what? I hear the first half of that word, Myles. What's the second half?
Moving on. Yeah, I noticed a change in sort of myself and how I felt about myself, like my confidence. When I started to see these, even not in person, these positive like male role models. When
someone you could base like who you could see as like
you can because you can see them go through adversity and you can see them go through like tough times and you can see them come out stronger the other end. Before that, I was just watching Minecraft videos. Like I didn't have like
Stampy.
Yeah,
Stampy long nose. Eye ballistic squid.
Yeah, that's not like a positive real role model who's encouraging me to go out and exercise, be more confident in myself. And I wasn't confident. I wasn't in shape.
Well, you're 8 years old.
Yeah, no one's in shape at 8 years old.
Well, you know what I mean. Like I was
a right chubby cunt.
Like I was very very shy. I was chubby. Like I didn't do any sports. Like I wasn't confident at all. I always felt like.
Yeah.
I remember one time there was like a family occasion. We used to go up Movamai for Father's Day to celebrate my great grandfather. And I remember this one time. I don't know why. I don't know what got into my head. For hours, I stood in this one spot. Because I was so like nervous and shy, I just stood in this one spot where everyone else sat down and ate food. I just stood in that one spot and I didn't move.
Like a statue.
You can laugh. like looking back at it, it's funny. What? I don't know. I was just so shy and nervous. I just stood in this one spot.
Was it around people that you knew? Or like
yeah, it was around my family, and they were like, "Come sit down." I was just like, "No."
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'd have made fun of you.
Like looking back at it now, it's like funny. It's like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
I can understand it now because I was just nervous.
That sort of paralyzing fear.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was nervous when I was younger. Yeah. I think everyone in a way is. Yeah, because they haven't like developed.
You're laughing at me.
I'm laughing at you.
Yeah. Social.
You can laugh. You can laugh at that. Like, it's quite funny.
Yeah, it's just like no one's like developed like proper social skills enough to, I don't know, have a full blown conversation with someone. Unless you them like proper weird kids on TV.
Yeah, were you weird as a kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I was.
I was weird as a kid. I used to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's a lot. Like I used to get obsessed with games. Like Minecraft was one.
Yeah.
FNAF was one.
I was too scared to play FNAF.
Of course, pussy.
I was. I still am.
What would do you think? I think I've asked you this before, but Myles, do you think the 8-year-old you would be proud of you now?
What, seeing the person who I've become?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I reckon he'd be pleased with the person I've become, not proud.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Okay.
why not proud?
Well, I think 8-year-old me had much bigger aspirations. Like he wanted to see like a fucking pilot by the time. Like,
Oh yeah, true. Fucking yeah, like I want to be an astronaut. You know what I mean?
An astronaut,
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it was like 8-year-old me, yeah, with like a real life goal, yeah, something like that he could work towards, then he'd be pleased where I am right now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've never thought about that when thinking about that question. The fact of how big your aspirations and dreams are when you are a child compared to how, you know, you get hit with that cold wall of reality where you're not gonna earn 6 figures as soon as you leave school.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. But you, Yannick?
Probably. I think younger me would be. I think younger me would think that now, because I'm definitely a lot cooler than I was. Like no, like young, yeah.
Tumbleweed.
I think because I'm a lot more confident than I used to be, and so I think that's those sort of things. The fact that I'm tall now, I'm not chubby anymore. You know, like I can talk to people, and also I feel like young me would have never ever considered fighting, like ever as a thing, and the fact that I've now got a fight would be like so alien.
Yeah.
So I feel like like I think he'd be pleased, not proud, but pleased.
By yourself.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know, because it's like put myself back in that 8-year-old me shoes again, isn't it? Like trying to.
Yeah, this person does not exist at all anymore.
Yeah, that's like you know Liver King. He was on like Logan. I watched him with Logan Paul's podcast, and they were like, "What's your actual name?"
Oh yeah.
And he was like Liver King, but there was this guy. He used to be called Brian Johnson. He was like, "Yeah, but I killed that guy."
Yeah.
That is sort of again this. He has
changed,
he's probably definitely gone through a massive transformation, because I thought he was always like that.
On roids and love eating raw organs. Yeah, probably not.
And it's the same principle with us again. Like we're completely different to how we were.
Transition, don't you?
Yeah, literally. And I can imagine you go.
Oh shit!
Is that your ringtone?
It's my bedtime. Nah, there you go.
Yeah, I can imagine another 10 years down the line, we'd think, who the fuck was that guy at 18?
True.
Yeah, I guess like you're always changing throughout your life.
Yeah.
Like, I reckon you can change within a year. You can change within a month. Yeah, as long as you have like you set your mind to it. Yeah, and create good habits instead of bad ones. Yeah, you can change a lot, but it's just changing that's the tricky part. Yeah, because humans.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, people like naturally humans aren't used to change. Yeah, but we understand that we have to do it.
You have to change.
Yeah,
it's necessary change, and discomfort's necessary.
Yeah.
But I think 8-year-old me would probably be pleased. Yes. Also a bit scared.
Scared of you, like who you are now.
Yeah, just because like I was always dead nervous and conscious, so I can imagine I'd be like, what? What's
I
like?
turn into this.
Like what's gonna happen? 'Cause I was always like self-conscious about like, my body and whatnot. Obviously getting better, I'm much better at that now. But like seeing that change would probably frighten 8-year-old me quite a bit. Like holy shit.
Yeah, do you think 8-year-old you would also be scared about the fact that we record ourselves and post it on the internet for?
Nah, 'cause I had a YouTube channel and I always wanted to be like a YouTuber.
Yeah, the idea of actually having, say, like that TikTok like 40k views or whatever, like that probably would have sent his little mind like, yeah, he probably would have.
One thing I've thought about, because we all know how like addictive social media is and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for influencers, if you're an influencer, I'm not saying like we're gonna be influencers soon.
Love Island.
Fuck going on Love Island.
Oh no. Have you seen that? Michael Owen's daughter.
Gemma. She looks rude as fuck.
She does, but she's getting she's getting slated because she's giving it the big, and her parents they're selling like cheap eBay clothes.
Wait, what?
Michael Owen, they're getting slated. I think this is it anyway. This is what I've heard. Yeah, but they're selling like cheap eBay clothes. Yeah, and making like rebranding them to make it look like proper good.
They're selling shitty. Oh, okay, I get you.
She's getting slated for
heavy.
that. Like the fact she's going to Love Island.
It's all just materialistic. It's all like popularity. Like fuck, the whole idea of it pisses me off. Like it's literally it's just for clout. It's just for clout.
Brand
just
deals.
for other
Clout
people.
money.
Literally, that's all it is for.
Seize the bag, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised. I probably would end up doing it if I got the offer. Like,
I also think you would. I think you'd jump at the chance to go on Love Island if they offered you.
what was I talking about before? Oh yes, the influencer thing. When like that was going off and whatever, and it was like constant like follow, like comment, follow, like comment. I couldn't get off my phone.
Yeah.
I can imagine, like as addictive as the algorithm is. On top of that, when you're getting thousands of hundreds of thousands of likes for one post in minutes,
Which we know about quite a lot because we
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
all the
of course.
time.
I can imagine that's like even more like dangerous for your mental health. I'd be glued to my phone.
It's like that dopamine kick, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's literally it's so weird.
You're getting 100,000 hits of dopamine.
I was literally
every
just like
click.
refreshed, and I would refresh and it would new like, refresh and it was new like. I sat there for about 2 hours,
Just constantly refreshing your phone.
literally just like, and I would go onto Instagram and then I would go onto YouTube and then go back onto TikTok. I would just hop apps, and then by the time I come back to TikTok, it was like 5 new likes, and I'd be like, and I would scroll and then I would check it again. And, oh my, it was dangerous.
Yeah, chasing that next hit, bro. It's why they sort of have like PR teams, I suppose, managers, and do this for me. I'll record this video, send it to you, post it,
Yeah.
do all that shit. Just I don't want to be connected to this.
I can imagine that's
Well,
a
yes, you are connected to it, but don't want to be like fucking on your phone. Like,
Yeah,
staring
yeah,
into space like that.
I can imagine that's going to be a learning curve.
For when we're mega famous.
Yeah, honestly, because it's going to be dangerous. Even now, I still get caught up in the algorithm, and I'm just like, fuck, what have I done? It's like a
Like an hour after you're like,
it's like a wake up.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm a zombie for like the time I'm like doom scrolling, and I just have like a click, and it's like my head clears, and I'm like, holy shit, what have I just done? And it's like an hour's passed, and I'm just thinking, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's.
Got another interesting question.
Oh god.
Do you believe in the afterlife?
Oh, that is a good question. What sort of afterlife? I don't
Like heaven or hell?
I don't believe in the idea of good guys go up, bad guys go down. I don't think that's a thing. I read a short story about it, and it was something that I was like, damn, I want this to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so a guy dies, and then he's presented with the godlike figure, and he has a conversation with him, and the god tells him that he's lived this one life, and now he's going to live every other life that has ever happened until he lives them all, and then he can then join this godly figure.
So he's living everyone else's life.
So yeah, because the idea of it is every person he talked to, every person he had a relationship with, every person he passed in the street was all him, just at different points, and he would never know.
Like in different universe.
Well, no, as in
Like
the sort of the same thing, but say you died,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden,
You're swapped with your mum's shoes.
yeah, you swap. Yeah,
You look like you, but you well, that'll be weird. That you swap with, say, I die, yeah, and I swap your shoes. I'd be sat there, you'd be sat here, you'd be the guest.
yeah, I would be Myles,
Yeah.
and you would be me, but you would have no recollection of ever being Myles, and you would act like me. You would have my personality. You would have gone through the things that I've gone through, and you'd have the same dreams and likes and shit that I have, because all of your actions are only ever going to affect you.
Well, hang on. Are you gonna live? So you live in every person who's ever lived?
No.
Well, you're just gonna be there
ever
for
lived, or like that
That's
you've
like-
spoken to.
Every person that's ever lived.
Yeah, but that's like millions and.
Well, yeah, but you're not
millions
going
of
to,
years.
like,
You're
you've
gonna
got
sit-
eternity. You know what I mean?
You're dead.
Yeah, you're, like, That's one idea that scares me about heaven and hell. And if it was real, the idea that, you know, we've lived 18 years, right? You've obviously slightly more. That's felt like an eternity because it's been our entire life. That was 100% of our life. Now imagine there was no cap. Like, the idea of
It's
it,
like a fraction of what we're gonna feel.
Not even like smaller than that.
yeah, it's incomprehensible.
Yeah.
The idea of infinity.
God damn.
There is no break, and it's constant suffering every second. That's why hell is so efficient at scaring people, because there is no break, and it never stops. And that's why heaven sounds so sick, because it's like, yeah, living it up for the rest of your life. But I don't buy into it because it's the sort of religious bullshit.
I don't think there's an afterlife. I think that you just...
Curtains close, it all goes black.
But then you'd be seeing that it goes black. I reckon, you know, say you hit your head really hard and you faint and you don't remember. So
I passed out the other day, actually.
Yeah, I reckon it'd just be...
When?
It'd just be like, you get knocked out or something.
No, I was like... I was sitting down, I stood up, and then had like a wave across my head. You know, you stand up too fast. I like that, but really intense. So I sat back down, and then all of a sudden, I looked to my side, and then I just remember like it felt like I jumped. Yeah, like I just jumped. Like I couldn't see. My eyes went black before. It felt like I jumped. I didn't know why I was sitting down. Like I was sitting down in a different bit. My mouth was open. Yeah. Like it must have been like 2 seconds, but I didn't have a memory.
2 seconds, but you don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't check your phone before and go, I'm gonna faint. Like, oh shit. For 3 minutes now. Yeah. I think it's like that. That blackness. I think that you die. Yeah. It turns into that just fade of Duff. You don't realise. Yeah, you do not realise, and your brain just shuts down. Yeah, because I'm thinking about my brain shutting down now.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to think about it. You'd just like, you probably think, oh shit, I've been impaled by a fucking whatever.
Is that how you're gonna die?
Yeah, I'm gonna die. Yeah, but you wouldn't realise until you, I don't know, wake up somewhere else. But I don't think you do.
It's just nothing. There's nothing but of nothing.
Yeah,
because you can't
comprehend. You can't comprehend nothing. It's fucking with me head as well.
Because it's not nothing. It's not.
Yeah, this is the sort of conversation you have like 3 blunts in. You know what I mean?
Jordan Peterson gave a good analogy of that. You decide whether you're in heaven or hell right now. Your reality, this world we're in right now, is your heaven or hell. However you act, your actions, your thoughts determine how your life will be. If I am quite a truthful person, and I work hard, I'm a good person, then I'm going to be in my heaven because life's going to be good. But if I lie, I'm not a good person, and I have a lot of bad habits, then I'm going to live in hell because it's going to be shit. It's going to be suffering.
I think that heaven and hell is just an idea that
concept.
Like a concept. Yeah, all right, technical. That like humans created a long time ago. Yeah, and it's stuck. Yeah, because we can't comprehend. Yeah, what happens after.
Yeah, you can't deal with the idea of your own mortality.
No. What if you? Yeah, this would be like going into heaven. But what if you die? You look at your body. Yeah. And then you go somewhere, yeah.
Into the light.
That's like the concept. That's the idea of it, yeah. But what if you die? Yeah, you fly out your body. You look at it, then it goes black. You realise you're dead, yeah, for a split second, then you don't.
Have you seen the film Soul, the Disney film?
No,
bro, it's actually a sick film. You should watch it. It's genuinely very enjoyable, and the guy dies and he goes to the afterlife, and like there's like. He's like this little blue, like it's like his soul, and there's a conveyor belt and there's a bunch of other souls going towards this big white light, and the guy jumps off the conveyor belt because he doesn't want to go into the light. It is a scary thing. Do you think you guys are actually comfortable with the knowledge that you will die?
Yes.
But have you properly accepted and thought the fact that there will be a point where I won't. I won't exist anymore.
The end is coming for all of us.
The end is nigh.
The end is nigh. The end, no, but it's true though, isn't it? Yeah, the end is coming for all of us. Yeah, and you can't escape it. Yeah, whether it's set in stone somewhere, yeah, and it's gonna happen there and then. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, or you I don't know, you make it up yourself. Yeah, fucking, I could be driving back later and then the car hits me and dead. I don't know. That could be me just set in stone there.
And you'd have no. Oh, that's scary.
I don't know, but whether it comes today, tomorrow, 5 years time, 20 years time, 6 years time, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready. Whenever.
Damn, you've like fully accepted it then.
It's gonna come.
It's
gonna come at some point.
I don't think I'm conscious that it's gonna come, but I don't go about every day thinking, damn, I'm gonna die.
No, I don't.
I don't know, on the bus, I'm like, damn, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever years time, I'm gonna die. But I don't think I haven't fully accepted it yet, because it's like, that's the end.
You're too young.
Yeah, it's the end. I don't want to think about death right now. My life just started, pretty much,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just think about, like, say, people who who have been as young as us and who have died. You don't know.
That is, you can sort of use it as like as fuel, or like a fire under your ass, in the aspect of, because when you like count everything up, like the hours you sleep, like there was a good like clip on like Muhammad Ali talking about it, the hours you sleep, the hours you're traveling, the hours you're working, the hours you're
taking a shit.
Yeah. Probably mix it.
3 hours a day.
By the time that's all added up, you probably got like 10 years just there left, spare time to yourself.
Do you think you've got 10 years of life?
10 years to yourself?
Yeah, no, when you add the hours
No,
you spend...
yeah, but like, do you think you only spend 10 years in your life living? Surely it's got to be higher than that.
Well, you're still living when you're doing that.
No. When I say living, I mean as in like doing stuff, not just doing the monotonous, boring shit.
Well,
just the eating and the sleeping.
It might be more. Like I'm just spitting out 10 hours.
I thought that was
as an
the
example.
actual figure.
But it's not. It's way much more than like 80 years of your life or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can use that as sort of fuel. Like, do I actually want to like be working like 50 hours a week to the point where I've got like X and like 10, 15 hours, 15 years of my life completely left to do just the things that I want to do? Because it's not like I go and work 20 years constantly and then I've got 10 years afterwards where you can do whatever the fuck I want. Mm-hmm. It is literally just like whatever the 9 to 5 or whatever job you do. So you get like an hour or so a day, but everything compounds. So do you really want to be spending 30 years of your life doing something you don't want to do?
Yeah.
No, you want to be doing something that you do want to do.
Exactly. So why the fuck do people stay comfortable sitting there bum ass job? Fuck sitting in an office for 9 to 5 for 30 years and then retiring. Fuck that.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I'd hate to be a desk jockey. Yeah, as comfortable and all that as it is, like secure job and all that, I'd hate to be a desk jockey.
See,
I can't sit down on my ass and do nothing. Or type all day.
That job security, I think, is bullshit, because a lot of people who have that job, they only have that one source of income. Their boss can lay them off whenever.
Yeah, I found that out.
Literally, like, you may think you're comfortable, like the whole, I don't want to say like system, because it is a system. It is a system. Yeah. That whole system is comforting because it's what everyone else has done, but at the same time,
it's normal.
It's not safe.
No.
Because 1, you're not happy. 2, you're not healthy, and 3, you've got one source of income. Once that's gone,
it's gone.
What the fuck are you gonna do? The richest people or whatever, they have multiple sources of income. That's how you get that safety net. That's real safety, not a 9 to 5 job.
You got to think of it like Mark Tilbury. Yeah, explain this. Yeah, you got to think of it as like pillars beneath your platform, your life, and you. Yeah, you got one job. Yeah, and that gets taken away. You're gonna fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got multiple. One of them goes. Yeah, you've got another 3 around you.
Yeah, the rich people have like multiple businesses. They've got stocks, they've got crypto, they've got real estate, they've got other investments. They've probably got like cars and all these other like non-liquid
like
assets.
An investment rather than a liability.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they buy liabilities.
Mm.
Especially with like there is this.
fucking, I think I told you, haven't I? Yeah. Land Rover Series 2A. Told you. I know that. The one that I'm building.
Mhm.
Yeah. That now, because it's classed as a classic, because it's over a certain amount of years. Yeah. At the moment, it's
Whoa.
worth 10 grand. Yeah. But because it's classed as a classic, yeah, it's only going to appreciate in value
Yeah.
and go up and up and up. So that's as much as a liability it is fucking having to repair it, yeah, and build it up and all that. Yeah, fucking right pain in the ass. It's also like it's going to appreciate in value, so it is an investment.
You can see everything as an investment, not just like your money, like your time, like your relationships with people is an investment, because you all have money is not the only resource we have. Your time or your energy. If I've got a friend, if I'm going to spend time like with you, I'm investing my time, my energy, and it's not like I'm thinking I'm going to get something out of it, but there is like a mutual exchange, isn't there?
Yeah.
We both invest our time and energy for some good time, for a laugh, right?
Very little reward.
Right, so you can sort of see things as an investment, and you got to think with people, with the things you're doing, what is the return on the investment that I'm getting? I'm investing my time, I'm investing my effort into this job, into this person. Am I making a profit on it? You know, it's very capital.
Am I making what I'm giving?
Yeah,
or
like
more.
Yeah, like it's a very capitalist. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. Obviously, you shouldn't go into a relationship thinking, am I going to come out thinking I'm going to be better? You know, am I going to get something from this person? And you shouldn't think like that.
No.
You're going to get something as a byproduct naturally of giving. It'll come naturally. It's not like I'm going to invest my time like, right, come on, make me laugh. You know.
I think what you mean.
You almost want someone out of it, in a way.
You shouldn't think like don't think like that, because that's a horrible way of thinking. But you can see it as an investment because it technically is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just nice to spend time with someone.
Yeah, but you're investing your time into that
feel-
person. You're spending time with that person.
Yeah.
I can go and invest my time in reading a book, in going to the gym. That's me investing my time. That's got a return on investment of me getting knowledge or getting in shape. Spend time with this person, I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel shit. It's all about do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
I
that's
get
the
what
point
you
on why it's important to pick like
Exactly.
people you're close with like carefully.
Yeah.
Like, I remember.
The vocabulary I'm using is very businessman orientated.
Yeah.
Literally just read one business book and just.
No, but like, fucking hell. Sometimes you pick the wrong group of people, yeah, and it doesn't set you well.
That's a bad return on investment.
Yeah, bad return. Yeah. But yeah, no. As long as you have the right like group of people or like the right person to hang around with, yeah, you are investing your time. You're getting better stuff out of it.
Yeah. Don't think like that. That's a very toxic way of thinking. I'm just saying that. I'm just making that point.
Oh, do you want to chill for a bit? What do I get out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of people who actually think like that. They're sort of, well, is it worth my time to
I
do
think
this?
Louis actually might be one of them.
I
All the
also,
time.
he definitely is.
All the time. Yep, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just a hustler, man. I'm just
You're only in it to win it. That's it.
I'm a young hustler on the come up.
Oh my god. Odds on you make that your Instagram bio.
Entrepreneur is my job. On the come up, stock emoji.
Oh no. Fucking that'd be
Buy my course, link in bio.
a young hustler.
Oh,
on
no.
campus.
What would your course be?
Oh, I don't know. Pay me money for me to
make you laugh. invest your time, pay me money for me to.
I don't know.
See, we need to think about
I'd be
this.
a counsellor. I don't know.
You'd be a counsellor.
Not a counsellor. I'm just straight up, not try and fix people's problems, but like a bullshit therapist.
Yeah.
Like
True.
an unqualified, unprofessional
The
therapist.
therapist of Afterlife.
Oh, fuck that
Yeah.
guy. I hated that.
That's
Have you seen
Louis.
Afterlife?
That's Louis.
Oh, yeah. I think
I
that's
actually
Louis
like
too.
this. No, actually, I like this. I want to get that across.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought of a new ick, and I wanted your guys' opinions on it. If you imagine you invite a girl over, and she wears her shoes on your bed.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
Nope.
I wouldn't class it as an ick, but I'd say take your fucking shoes off.
That'd be an ick for me. If like a girl, just
Especially if you've been for a muddy walk. If you've been in the countryside.
She like puts her feet somewhere and rubs them into your bed and shit, then I'd be like,
yeah, she does.
Fuck out of my house, please.
Oh
no, you just see like shit coming off her butt.
Yeah, no, like
shoes off at the front door.
Well, yeah, like that. Like I sometimes don't take my shoes off in my own house until I get to
Whenever I go into
my house as well.
My house, yeah. I can walk through my old house. Like, say I come in from a long day at work, yeah, boots on, yeah. I'll go up into my room with my boots off. Go, oh shit, take my boots off, yeah. I'll take them back downstairs, yeah. But like normal trainers, I'll walk around my old house. I'm nice. But then whenever I go into someone else's house, yeah, I always ask shoes on or off house, yeah. And like you said, shoes off, yeah. I'll always ask it because people have the rules, and if you don't ask, then it can be like some place that can be disrespectful.
Yeah, I think that's a very good question to ask. I always do it. Manners are so easy to have, and yet so many people don't.
Just forget, don't they? They either forget or they can't be asked.
Yeah.
I'd probably have like a fit if they got on my bed with shoes.
I also think you have a fit. I think you shut down and cry.
He's just like.
No, literally. I'd love to see that.
Right, I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah. See, I think if it was me, you'd throw hands, you'd be like, you'd shout at me. But I think if it was a girl, I think you'd malfunction. Like, what are you doing?
Brain's not processing.
No.
I probably would be like, what? Do you remember the other episode we were talking about when people start like when they start crying? What was it like like panic crying and like
oh, so much that they like.
Oh, when you're young, you're like.
Yeah. I think you'd do that too. God, that'd be so fucking funny to watch.
So I'm like a hidden camera in my room. Like like Big Brother.
Yeah. Oh, do you reckon you could do that for 30 days? Have all your shit monitored and mic'd up?
No.
Who's watching?
You don't know?
Fucking The Nation on your TV.
Yeah, it's on TV. Yeah, it's TV.
What's that? Is it like
If they
Amanda?
want to see some shit.
What's her name?
Who?
The presenter?
Amanda Holden. No.
No, it's not. That's Good Morning Britain.
I'll
That's
Google it.
the one,
I'll Google it. It was Davina McCall at one
Yeah,
point.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I'll
What's
Google it.
another one? You're like, not sure what he says on the show. Do you want another one? And everyone's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey."
Woo,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
back.
Yeah.
Hang on. What you call it? I'd like going on certain game shows that on TV would be fun.
What game show do you want to go on?
Hole in the wall.
Oh, hole in the wall.
Yes.
would be fun to
Always
do.
wanted to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Total wipeout as well.
Yeah.
no, see,
I reckon I could do that.
Emma Willis. Emma Willis, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And doing really good today. The like the big red balls on Total
Yeah.
Wipeout. Thre's no way that we could do them.
Why?
They're probably so much like bigger in real life than you actually like.
Yeah.
You'd get them and be like, oh shit.
Well, no. Think about the size of the person compared to the ball.
Yeah, it's like 1.5 sizes bigger, I'd say.
What?
It's like the ball is 1.5 sizes bigger than a person. That's my guess.
No, they would look massive on the TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How would he walk?
Not one. There's more than 1.5 times bigger.
Hang on. Right.
How big are the red balls?
It's also like quite high up. It's a big
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's water.
All right, Myles. Fucking hell. Forgot you know that.
Fucking aerial acrobatics.
The 4 1,000-pound balls of compressed air.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's only air.
Yeah, no,
What, you're gonna bounce off?
Yeah, that makes it more
It's gonna be
difficult.
What was the start bit and the what was it called? The sweeper thing.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
go stay.
You
on the
jump on the
platform.
podium. Yeah. That's a high drop as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of those big like tall tower things.
Yeah, your legs would be shaking.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing I don't think anybody really talks about is the fear when trying to do that sort of shit. I couldn't find anything. There was no measurement.
Oh.
I don't think you guys could do it.
I probably
Do you
couldn't.
think you could?
No,
There's only one way to find out.
there is only one way to find out.
Harry Hill's TV.
Yeah, where you make people fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another goal.
Did you ever try to get on You Been Framed?
Oh, my brother one time, because it was like 250 quid, wasn't it, if you got on there, and I must have been like 8 or something. My brother Breach, he was like, right, I'm gonna run into your room, pretend to be asleep, and if we get on Big Brother, I'll give you 20 quid. And so, thingy wise, he would have got £230, and I would have got 20 quid. But obviously, because I was so young, I was like, oh my god. 20 quid! Ooh. So I pretend to be asleep. He runs in. I can't remember if I think he just sort of made me jump, and I had to act scared. Yeah. And then, obviously, nothing ever happened, and I got no money.
Did they not send it you?
Yeah. No, I don't think we got on. I don't even know if he sent it. But he just false promised 20 quid to young me, you know. Boom.
I remember I submitted a video to You've Been Framed, and it was me pretending I was like jumping on like my bed, and I was pretending to like fall off and like bounce off and like smack myself on the floor. So like pretending to like go like, and then boom, smack on the floor, but never hit back.
I wish I was able to get a hold of that video.
I've got it, and you're never gonna see it.
No, there's no way. Do you actually still have it?
I think so. It's like somewhere.
Please, why wouldn't you let me see that?
Why would I?
Because it's a funny thing.
No.
We'll talk about this afterwards. I found some photos of you actually the other day.
How do you?
Wait, what?
I found some photos of you on the internet the other day.
What?
Hang on.
Oh gosh. Oh.
This is one of my personal favourites.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a
Louis.
cool photo.
Yeah.
Did you go on like my Facebook?
Yeah,
My
found that one.
Yeah, my uncle always posts those photos on my birthday.
Greasy Minecraft fingers.
Yeah, literally. And then there's also that one where he's playing Minecraft.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Terraria actually.
Oh, Terraria's mint.
No, surely not.
Yeah. Because on my mum's laptop.
That looks like Minecraft.
No, that's Terraria.
That's Terraria.
Really?
Next it's 2D.
Oh, I barely played Terraria. Terraria. You know what I mean?
Either one.
Pardon?
Terraria.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day.
Uh-oh.
I want to get you guys' opinions on it.
Okay.
Let me show it to you.
Oh, fuck, that reminds me. I have a video you guys will also both appreciate.
Okay. I think I saved it. I hope I saved it.
My one's kind of fucked up. What's your one?
I have no video to show.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't bring much to say.
It was a Jordan Peterson video.
Uh-oh.
It was on a podcast with his daughter. And it's about plus size models on magazines, on like sport magazines. So I'll play it for you now, and I'll play it like just be quiet until it's done, because I'll play the video like on the screen so you can hear it.
Pull that up, James.
I tweeted out, "Sorry, not beautiful."
And then everyone got upset.
Yes, they did. They had a rather overweight young woman with a very revealing swimsuit on the cover. And I thought, no, the cover bothered me a lot because it was a cheap manipulation of something that had been working very well for Sports Illustrated. It was also an insistence that all of a sudden this non-athletic body is as beautiful as the standard swimsuit model. It's not. It's not as athletic, and it's not as healthy. And that's that. And then it's a lie that's a manipulation of that young woman. They're not on her side. They're exploiting her. And she may be participating in that exploitation, but they're still exploiting her. So don't pull any moral stunts on me because you're irritated about my opinion when it's bloody clear to anybody with eyes that was manipulative in 20 different ways. Not everyone's a genius. Not everyone's Picasso. Not everyone's young and healthy. Not everyone is a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, period. And fuck you if you don't like it.
What's your opinion on that?
Do you want to go first, Hans?
Ooh. I don't know. It's obviously swimsuit models. Sorry, yeah. Swimsuit models.
Well, it's a Sports Illustrated, so it's a sports magazine. It's all about like athletes and all like everything sports. And there's a
But and then
overweight woman on it.
I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to them, to be honest.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on it?
On what he's saying, basically.
Do you think like he has a point that it's not representative and it's not?
Well, yeah, it isn't. Yeah, it's not representative of an athletic woman. Yeah, but I don't know. She's on there. Yeah, it is what it is, and they can do what they want, and they're trying to like follow the general trend of like everything's okay now. Like you get what I mean by like a general trend.
Yeah, it's like everyone's pushing like the body
new movement.
Yeah,
body
like,
positivity movement.
fat positivity.
Like everything's okay now. Yeah,
Body
they're trying to
positivity.
push that as like a it's okay to be overweight. Yeah, in this day and age. Yeah, because you're on a athletic magazine.
When he said it's not as beautiful, what do you think about that? Because there is the sort of beauty in an athletic physique in that they've had to work really hard for it, and that they are in that category of being in that good shape, where they're a Sports Illustrated model. What do you think about that? Like,
it's a very sensitive topic, and I don't want to step a line, because I do that sometimes, and I step a line. And I don't.
You can say what you want, Myles.
I know,
Speak
but
your truth.
like, yes, the truth will set you free.
Don't be mad at me.
I hate women.
Personally, yeah, I don't find overweight women attractive. Yeah,
That's your choice.
It's your choice.
It's general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a slim, sexy girl. Yeah, fat ass. Yeah,
Respect.
yeah, it is what it is. But either fat ass or she can give a good blowy. Yeah, it's I don't find like overweight women attractive at all. Like if you put me in a room, yeah, you'd never get me in the room with 10 different girls. Like, but if you put me in a room with 10 different girls, yeah, and there was one that was slim and all the rest were overweight, obviously you'd be picking the one that's.
So, do you think that being a sport/athlete magazine, there should be someone who
is sporty and athletic?
Yeah, do you think there should not be someone who isn't?
Also, someone who's overweight.
Do you think it defeats the sort of purpose of the magazine somewhat?
Well, what if it's a sport and athletic magazine? What sports and athletes, yeah, are allowed to be overweight? Because I know shot put throwers, yeah, quite a few of them are overweight, but that's because they got a good arm. Yeah, powerlifters, yeah, overweight, yeah. But if it was a female, yeah, obviously they could do the lifting and all that, yeah, and they can be overweight. But if it's meant to be like a swimmer, yeah, or I don't know, what do they call pole vaulting? Yeah, you don't want to snap the pole.
I don't think it was. I think it's just the person on it was not an athlete, not someone who does sport, because that's sort of a contradiction between the magazine being about sports and fitness, and then you're putting someone on the front cover who isn't representative of that.
Why the fuck is she on there?
Right. I've got a lot to
Yeah, you
say
see,
on what
yeah.
you just said. Firstly, just that point. It's not always people who are athletes or representative of sport and fitness, and I think this is a big thing because I don't know if you guys have ever watched like David Dobrik and his shit.
Yeah.
You know his like assistant Nathalie.
Yeah.
She was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and she isn't an athlete. Like I think she goes to, like the gym, but she isn't a massively athletic person. But she was still put on in like a swimsuit photo shoot. The thing that set my sort of thing off with that video immediately was the fact how he said in a very revealing bikini, because if it was a woman that he deemed attractive on there, he wouldn't have said in a very revealing. It would have just been in a bikini. That sort of revealing is only used in a negative connotation, and I think that just sort of sets the tone for the rest of what he's about to say, because it's immediately coming at from a opinion of I don't like this, and so everything else about it is wrong, which I think is contradictory to what Jordan Peterson preaches.
Do you not think that maybe because he's of an older generation, in general he wouldn't appreciate like a very revealing person being on there? Maybe like if it was like a porn magazine or whatever, then obviously yeah. But being on a sports magazine.
But he didn't say anything when there was a guy in his swimming shorts, or he didn't say anything about any of the other bikini models that have been on Sports Illustrated. It's he doesn't like how this woman looks, which is up to him, but then he's used his platform to sort of express that this is wrong because he doesn't like it. I think the whole idea of this is a sports magazine and we should be promoting healthy people, yeah, I get that, and I think being overweight has health concerns, and so it's sort of like, you know, it's a bit of a sticky one. But if they want to present, if that's what they want to do, then they have to stick to it every time, and it should only be athletes on that, or it should only be people who are always doing this, instead of towing the line whenever they want and then being like, well, they should only have athletic people on there. I understand it is, they've done that because of the movement and they want the body positivity, and I don't think body positivity is, as a blanket term, a bad thing. I think it has bad points. I think sometimes health issues are overlooked quite a lot with that sort of movement, which is like you're trying to tell people to accept people but at the risk of their own health, which is like, yeah. But I think at the same time, I think Jordan Peterson doesn't necessarily understand is the fact that his opinion isn't asked for on that. He tweeted that. He decided, I don't like this, let me express that I don't like this.
Is he allowed to express his opinion though?
I think everyone's allowed to, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think people, like, it's the whole, you know, if you're not anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I think it isn't like, here's an issue, we need to fix this issue. It's, I don't like this. This shouldn't happen.
I want it to go away.
I want it to go away.
That's fair.
And it's like, say for example, you had a podcast and you name dropped certain people because you didn't like who they were, you'd get backlash for that. And I think for the most part that is understandable, because
that's unless there's another everyone else, listening doesn't like that same person.
Well, that's regardless of the point. It's the sort of, he has such an immense platform. So many people know who Jordan Peterson is, and so I think he has a duty to be more sort of respectful in the sense. I don't think he should be censored. I think censorship is necessary in some points, but it's also quite bad. I think it's an unnecessary point to make.
Because he's so looked upon, everyone, not everyone, but people look up to him, and then people try and follow lead off him in a way.
Yeah. He's an idol for a lot of people and a role model.
And he's saying that, it might trail on to them other people.
Yeah,
other people are going to be like,
oh,
he said it.
So
I'm
many
allowed
people.
to say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a message of hate. You know what I mean? If he was sort of head of or part of the board of advertising or marketing at Sports Illustrated, and he was like, I don't think we should be doing this because it might present a false image or whatever, then yeah, for sure. But he isn't. He's just Jordan Peterson.
What does he actually do?
I honestly don't know.
He was a clinical psychologist. He's like a PhD. Where is it? Toronto, I think. He's talked about a lot in his book.
Fucking Americans.
That's Canada. Yeah, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, it did seem, especially towards the end, fuck you if you don't like my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, that is a valid point. If you don't like someone's opinion, then it's whatever, innit? It's like freedom of speech. It's a whole argument of you should be allowed to say whatever you say, but then you do get with that it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Where you get anyone can say what they want, but anyone can say what they want.
Yeah, it's a good side and a bad side to it.
You definitely could have gone about it in a better way, not like
As he did.
yeah. It's definitely a very blunt, straight to the point way of saying it, of getting of very cold.
He hasn't tried walking on eggshells there. He's just smashed through them.
Yeah. Just take balls, I guess, to be fair, still on the internet, but again, you were sort of stepping on eggshells about the body positivity. Do you think that's a good thing?
I think
What,
body
we have to step on shells.
No, Yannick was
Yeah,
stepping on
I
eggshells
was
before.
when I was talking about it.
Yeah.
I think body positivity is a good thing, because body positivity is people who have missing limbs, have scars on their faces, have diseases like vitiligo and shit like that. I think
Something that they can't control.
yeah, I think all these sorts of things. I would say body positivity is a good thing. People shouldn't have to feel bad about how they look. I think when the whole argument of say overweight people, it's like it's unhealthy for them and they shouldn't be promoting this stuff. It's like it might be unhealthy, but who am I to say this person should lose weight, because it's not healthy. It's not my place. You know what I mean?
I'm just me.
Yeah, I'm whether they're overweight or not, and their life, say there's a girl on the internet who, like, I remember seeing she wrote like beautiful around her body on in Sharpie, and she was like overweight. It's like, if her life expectancy is less than mine because she doesn't do as much exercise as I might do, how does that affect me? That's why I think it's a good thing. I think with all movements, you'll have extremes, and you'll have people that take it so far where it's like, I'm 300 pounds, I can't get over the thing, but I'm fine as I am. I think, yeah, that's bad. I think there is a certain point where you should be like, look, I want to change this, but it's not my place to tell you that you should change. It's you against you.
Yeah, they have to see it for themselves.
Yeah.
When I said before fat positivity and you said body positivity, I said that because body positivity, I agree with the first point you made, is people who can't change, people who have
They can't control.
war veterans who've had their legs blown off and then they're struggling to adjust back to civilian lifestyle. People who've got like disabilities, or like cerebral palsy, where like they can't move.
Alopecia's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a good one, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The idea of glorifying something unhealthy, I don't agree with, because it's doing exactly that. It's encouraging it. Like, objectively, if you are overweight, you are not healthy. There is no denying that you are unhealthy. You are going to experience a lot of negative effects from being overweight.
Possibly some negative opinions.
Yeah. You should. Maybe it's not our place, but like, we might not necessarily get affected, but it's people who look up to them, and then like the kids who see that and then think, yeah, it's okay if I go and eat 5 pizzas. And that unhealthy lifestyle is encouraged, because we've spoken before about how important role models are, and how we follow after our role models, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how when I had that started having positive male role models, I started getting in shape, I started getting more confident. It's the exact same when you have a negative role model. You're going to start taking on those negative habits, becoming more and more like them. As you imitate them, especially the younger you are, the more impressionable you are.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like it's bad.
The less you can tell whether it's a positive role model or a negative role model. Yeah.
We might not. You may say, yeah, who are we to speak about it? Because we're not affected by it. Yeah, we're not affected by it because we don't go, oh, this is a fat guy, I'm going to be like him. But 5-year-old, when they see it everywhere and it's accepted, they think, okay, it's okay for me to be unhealthy. But it's not, because you're unhealthy and you're going to experience bad things because of it. I think everyone should be in shape, because it's great to be in shape. You feel so much better about yourself. And sometimes, I can't tell if they're just... And you should try, obviously, you should try as much as you can to feel as good as you can in your own skin. But are they somewhat lying to themselves in that they're happy? Because having been overweight, I was not happy.
You've been through them sides, haven't you? And you've come out the other side. So as you look back, would you say that you were happy then?
No, you can make the argument as well that I didn't have a good self-image and I wasn't confident because I wasn't body positive. But there is statistically, you are going to have worse mental health if you're overweight.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, no, go.
I guess body dysmorphia when you're fit and healthy, yeah, you don't see yourself very good. Does that still happen when, say, you're overweight? Do you still get body dysmorphia, dysmorphia, yeah, or do you see you, yeah, and you're happy with yourself?
Do you mean when you see body dysmorphia when you're overweight, like you see yourself as skinnier?
Do you see yourself as a fat pleb, or do you see yourself? Shouldn't have said that. Do you see yourself as overweight, or do you see yourself as just you in a way?
I think I sort of get what you're trying to say.
Do you see, when you look in the mirror, do you just go, it's just me, it's this everyday me, yeah, or do you go, Jesus Christ, I'm fat, I'm overweight? Can them fat people, yeah, can them overweight people, yeah, can they realise it themselves, yeah, that they're overweight and they need to change something, yeah, or are they just like you said, they're just telling themselves lies, like, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on person to person. I disagree with most of what you've said.
Okay.
There. It's hard to try and phrase it all. In a perfect world, everyone would be in shape and happy. That's the perfect world.
It's not a perfect world.
Why is it not a perfect world?
It's not a perfect world.
Yeah. This isn't a perfect world,
right.
so that's not the case.
Yeah.
What do you think's more damaging? Do you think it's the kid that wants to kill themselves every time they look in the mirror because they're fat and people in school tell them they're fat?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it's the person who is overweight, but maybe they were... Because you get people who are born skinny and you get people that are born chubby who has never had a necessarily unhealthy lifestyle. They've just been born with a higher fat percentage, and then because they haven't really... They've had a pretty neutral, minimal exercise, but not really eating unhealthy food. They haven't really changed. They've just always stayed slightly overweight.
Mm-hmm.
But they're comfortable where they are and they're happy because it's like, okay, because of the body positivity movement, they've decided, I'm fine with this. I personally think the idea of telling someone that, because it's a blanket term either way, that you can't be like, well, it depends on person to person. You have to pick one. And I think it's more dangerous for the movement to be like, if you're fat and, you're not happy and you're lying to yourself. I think that's far more dangerous than saying to people, be okay with who you, how can I phrase this properly? That no matter how you look, you deserve to be happy. Because you're sort of saying that because they're overweight, they shouldn't be happy because they're unhealthy and they're putting themselves at risk. When in reality, we put ourselves at risk all the time like we were talking before about, death being that far away. All three of us fight for sport, you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? Yeah. We've all done that at a point. That's unhealthy. Mm-hmm. It's good exercise, but at the same time, the brain damage and shit.
Oh yeah, you get in the wrong place and you could die, or you what's his name? He got it in the back of the head, and he's a vegetable.
Oh, I don't. The boxer, the boxer.
That's unhealthy, yeah. But it's sport.
Yeah, it's like.
It's the risk to reward. You said before, what's worse, being suicidal because I'm fat and they get bullied for it, or still being fat but having a good body image. Yeah, of course that's better. But the fact that you still have to say the truth sometimes. as much as the truth hurts, yes, I did say before, like, it's not, we should be going, like, I said as well, and was it an episode or two ago, saying, oh yeah, you're fat. I said, like the bullying,
when
you
you're
talk
talking
about bullying, yeah, there's a horrible way to go about it. But objectively, if you look at statistically, it's not good to be overweight. And you shouldn't have, like, billboards saying, you're fat, get in shape. Like, no, it should be encouraged to get in shape. Not, like, indoctrinated, forced down your throat. Because it is not good to be overweight, like, for you. You will feel better. You will feel better when you're in shape.
It's tricky. Like, don't.
There's different ways to go about it.
Yeah, and it's easy for us to say, yeah, because we're all relatively fit lads. Yeah. Stop saying it. No, but like, it's easy for us to say, like, oh, you can stay in shape, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it's very tricky for an overweight person to become slim.
Yeah, the mental battle.
Yeah.
You brought up body dysmorphia before, which is a very interesting point. What about the people who say were chubby, lost weight, and now have immense body dysmorphia because they decided to go on this gym journey? As soon as you start actually committing to the gym, you get body dysmorphia. No, like, you do. You will always believe, if you're trying to build muscle, you'll always believe you're skinnier than you are. And if you're trying to lose weight, you'll always believe you look fatter than you do. What about that?
Well, it's not just like that's one step of the process. It's like, yes, you're getting your body in shape, but now it's time to get your mind in shape. Because yes, objectively they're in a much better position than they are. They're in a better position, slim, lost the weight, than they are when they were obese or overweight, right? Then if they've got a problem, then you look at it, right, okay, how can we overcome this body dysmorphia problem? We've overcome this big challenge of losing the weight. We've gone through an incredible challenge, right? I've done that, I've achieved that. Now I've got to work on this. I've gone through that. I can go through, for people who lose like 300 pounds, you can go through fucking anything if you can do that, because that's a fucking.
They've done the physical work. They've
Exactly.
the mental work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have somewhat done the part in the mental work because they've built up that discipline of going to the gym. Now it's time to be a bit more introspective and think, okay, I've got this new problem. How am I going to fix that?
I guess it's much trickier to sort out a mental problem than it is for a physical
100%.
Physical problem.
100%. But I would much prefer to be in the position of the much slimmer guy with body dysmorphia, because I can keep working on that. I'm in a much healthier position. I'm not going to die at like 40. I'm going to die at 50. I'm going to be able to, like, if I've got kids, I'm going to play with them.
You could die tomorrow.
Yeah, you could. That is a good point.
I could die if I was 500 pounds.
Yeah, but I think it's like, you're not gonna have adverse health effects caused by obesity. That's the statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'd rather be in this position of being skinnier, and having body dysmorphia than being overweight. Like, I agree with that. I think it's such a dangerous thing to say that, because there's no safe way to do it. There's no way, it could be because I lost weight, or I wanted to lose the weight because I was being told that I was fat every day. I think when you come from that sort of position, it's like we were saying before, I don't want other people to go through that, and especially because so many more people have it so much worse than I ever did, then the effects are going to be so much worse for them. I think the big point is that it's not our place. There's no reason for us to tell people that they should lose weight.
They have to see it themselves.
Yeah, if they want to see it themselves, then they will, and if it's what's right for them, then they'll do something.
At the end of the day, regardless of what you do in life, pretty much is just suffering. And when you tell the truth and you say to yourself, okay, yeah, it's not good to be in this unhealthy position, then life gets.
It's whether it's being overweight, mentally wrong, anything that you can control, it's and you can say to yourself, okay, I'm not okay with this, I would like to change, and you put in that work for any aspect of it. So up here, or physically, you put in that work to change, you change your the way that you see yourself in the mirror or see yourself like mentally, you will end up like in a better way.
Yeah, the suffering becomes easier when you tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because just sort of
truth hurts.
Yeah, the truth hurts, but it's essential.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're like pussyfooting about it, where you're saying like, yo, it's not our place to say, but we can say like, objectively, it is not good to be overweight.
So it's not. It's not healthy. Like I'd say, it's not healthy to be overweight. The whole idea of it's not good to be overweight indicates that they're in the wrong for being overweight.
Yeah, that is a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the truth necessary all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
there is a fine line there. Because like you say, it's a double-edged sword. Because you could just say to someone like, you are fat, you need to sort yourself out. Yeah.
That there's a different way of going about that.
Yeah.
But it's still the truth.
It's the truth though. Yeah. Or you could just go up to them and say like, simply like, sir, ma'am, I think you're overweight. Yeah. I think you should go to the gym. There's one down the road.
Good luck getting there, fatty.
hey,
I'll still tell the truth.
This is sensitive topic time. Yeah, we can't be laughing.
True. Sorry.
Catch me if you can, bitch.
I don't think the truth is necessary. I'm not saying lie, but I'm saying I don't think the truth is necessary 100% of the time.
Yeah, don't lie, because lies, no matter how small, compound. That's when you lie, even a small bit, you sort of distort your reality a little bit, because your perception of everything changes, and then that becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. The whole like a big lie, you say like the classic example of like I'm using Jordan Peterson again. He talked about it, one of the chapters in his book is tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Yeah. And he's talked about how totalitarianism comes about from small little lies becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until the people are they've just accepted each small lie, and no one's done it. No one's said the truth and said this is wrong. No one's said anything about it until it's completely compounded, until they're just blind to the fact by it, because no one's had the balls to step up and say this is wrong. Mm-hmm. And then eventually that's how parties like the Communist Party and the Nazi Party came about, because no one stopped them. No one had the balls to step up and say, look, this is wrong. Everyone's probably thinking it, but no one actually said anything, did they? That's how they got into power. Because like imagine the guards like Auschwitz, right? They must have known.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think like, yeah, this is great what we're doing. This is God's work. No, it's hot. You are doing the devil's work, right? But no one spoke up about it. No one told the truth of this is wrong. Everyone just accepted it and did what they were told. And that small lie from the very conception of that Nazi party built up from another little lie to a slightly bigger one.
And bigger and bigger.
No one said anything. Slightly bigger, until it's Hitler trying to take over the world, right? It's the same exact principle.
I think with that analogy, it's different, because we did about it. It's called a researcher called Milgram did a study where he took participants and told them on the other side. He like made it as a study on, like, he lied to them basically about what the study was on, and it was you were partnered up with like an actor, and that actor would go into another room that you wouldn't see,
but
you would have communicate, like you could hear them. When you press a button, you'd be able to speak to them.
Yeah.
And so the real people would go into a room where they would be put with a like I don't know how like not a voltmeter, but
it's like a shock machine.
Yeah, an electroshock machine that had different voltages ranging from like 10 volts to 450, and like lethal is like 300 or something. I'm not entirely sure on that. And so he would have to ask questions, and you would hear they would hear a pre-recorded tape. Some answers would be right, some would be wrong, and every time they got a wrong answer, they'd be shocked. And it got to the point where there was a researcher in the room with them, and just like dressed in like a lab coat, and it was a study of how far would they actually go, because there would be a point where they'd be hearing these sounds of the people screaming because they'd be in so much pain from the electric, and they got to a point where all of a sudden the responses stopped, and when they would all the researcher would say would be like, keep asking them questions or something. It would just be like one line. It wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be anything like, you fucking don't do this, I'm gonna kill you. It'd just be like, just keep going. There would be no response. They believe people had like PTSD from it. People fainted. People had seizures because they
thought they've killed someone.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some people stopped. About 80% of them didn't. They went all the way. With that analogy, obedience and that sort of like, that's a whole like other thing. I get what you mean about don't lie. That's obviously definitely, but it is an interesting like sort of study.
That's the sort of what that Milgram study came about was from
Nazis.
From the Nazis. People wanted to investigate because no one, like you said, like 80% or whatever didn't
They
stop.
went all the way. Yeah.
That's sort of, it's not lying. Yeah, it's sort of lying that it's okay, sort of. If that makes sense. No, it's not telling the truth and saying this is wrong because they kept on going, didn't they? Even when ordered to, because it was a authoritative figure, and they just have to agree. Yeah, they didn't speak up.
They have to keep on going though.
Well, they didn't.
No.
It was to test how far they would go.
Yeah, they could have walked out at any point. They got paid like £4.50 for it, which I suppose would be like 15. I don't even know how much it'd be, like 20 quid now, probably, or probably more to do the study. They some people offered to give them the money back and would leave, but they got to keep the money no matter what, just for showing up. But people went to the point where they thought they killed people just because some guy in a lab coat was like, keep going. Yeah, people like, obedience is fucking crazy. Sorry, I don't know what my point was. I started talking about that, and I lost the initial thing. People do a lot of fucked up shit that they don't necessarily believe in just because an authoritative figure has told them to. So I don't think you can compare the guards at Auschwitz to people telling other people that it's okay to be overweight.
It's the principle of
Very deep.
of telling the truth, of saying this is wrong or this is not good, this is not healthy. Yes, it's a very, very stark comparison, but that was there's different ends of the spectrum of what could possibly happen.
If I was overweight now, but I was happy, and when you asked me before, are you happy? And I was like, yeah, I've never been happier in my life. Would you tell me that you think I should lose weight?
No. But would you not be even happier if you lost weight? If you went to start going to the gym, you lost weight, you'd have more endorphins, get more dopamine released. You would feel happier.
Or would you try and plant a seed?
Yeah, would you try and like incept me to make me believe that I want to lose weight?
Yeah, so like you say, we'll go up Snowdon, we'll go up Mulvalley, blah blah blah.
3 steps in on the walk, and I'm like, nice, you did that well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that you would tell me, and I don't
just try and plant a seed.
A lot of the times, where if you want to like initiate change in someone, you lead by example. because that ties in with the, the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
How can you lead by example? If you're like overweight, yeah, and you're skinny, yeah, how can you lead by example?
Well, I go to the gym and I get fucking shredded. And then Janet thinks, damn, I want to go to the gym and get shredded too.
I
and
want
he
to look
starts
like my idol Louis.
and he starts coming to the gym with me.
Yeah, but
That's the best way to do it. Lead by example. That's why I said before, you shouldn't go around going, you're fat, lose weight.
But you're not telling me the truth.
Yeah, I would if I disrespected the person, yeah, and I didn't like them. Yeah. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't say it as an insult, yeah, but I possibly might. Yeah, but if I didn't like this person, yeah, and they needed to know, like, and they needed to know they were overweight and that, then I'd probably go up to them and I'd say, you're overweight, you need to lose weight, in a bit, dickhead. Yeah. But like if it were a close friend or something, then I probably would. I'd try and plant a seed, or I'd let it to him. I'd have to sugarcoat it or something. You can't really sugarcoat it, but I'd try.
When you said I'm not telling the truth,
Yeah.
that ties into the lead with the example. You should have role models. I said before, it's not good to have those like role models who are encouraging you to be unhealthy. When you have the role models who are healthy, leading by example.
Yeah, I think healthy role models are always a good thing, but you just said before that the truth is 100% necessary all the time.
Yeah, you're telling the truth through that. You educate people. It's not good to be healthy. And then you shouldn't really shouldn't show them fat role models, if that makes sense. People should be seeing positive. A good role model would be someone who's in shape, right? Surely.
What if?
What if the best role model is someone who's in the same position as that person?
The best role model is someone who was in that position and is
Now
a couple steps ahead.
Wouldn't it make them feel more comfortable if the person who they were had as their role model, yeah, was really determined, like determined to get shredded and all that, yeah, but was in the same position as them? I think it'd make them feel more comfortable that way.
Yeah, because it's that relatability.
Yeah, and it'd make them want to go more.
Because you see yourself in them and you think, they were like me, I can change.
Well, it's not necessarily they were like me. It's like they are like me, yeah. And he's wanting to put in this change, yeah. I'd feel comfortable trying to put in that change with him.
Yeah. Like I agree. I just don't think that leading by example is telling the truth 100% of the time.
What do you mean?
Like I don't think. But in that sense, you're not telling anybody the truth. You're just like, I'm going to the gym. Do you want to come with? If I say no, are you going to say, well, I think you should come to the gym with me because you're overweight? That's telling the truth. Would you, if I said no, what would you say?
The point of telling the truth through role models was people like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold.
Arnold what?
People like what was Stallone's friend? Frank Columbo or something. He was like a good bodybuilder. He was like an Italian boxer as well. When they're celebrated, when they said that's good, that's telling the truth. Not good. That's healthy. You should try to be like this. That's telling the truth. When you are seeing people like, I don't know, really a very overweight person, and you're saying this is healthy, you should want to be like this, that's lying. That's leading by example in a negative way.
Yeah, if an overweight person says being overweight is healthy, that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't the truth. But you just said then a positive role model, and they say you should try and be like this. Would you tell me that I should try and be like you going to the gym if I said no when you asked?
It's not necessarily them saying you should try to be like this. It's like like people around them, like people like the media saying, because a lot of the media now might encourage being overweight and it's more accepted, isn't it? The media and whatnot would say, oh yeah, this is good, this is healthy, being in shape.
Accepted and encouraged are two very different things, and I think that's where we find the middle ground, because I don't think being overweight should be encouraged. I think it should be accepted more than it necessarily is. I think the idea that because you're overweight doesn't necessarily mean that you deserve to get hate online. I think it should be accepted, I don't think it should be encouraged.
No one deserves to get hate.
It happens though.
It does happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the idea of the body positivity movement is, the trying to push that acceptance of the fact that people say some people have missing limbs or whatever, and some people look different because they're overweight.
You can accept that easy.
Yeah, I think that bit, like, I 100% agree with that. People should be accepted for what they look like and who they are, as long, obviously, who they are with an exception. If you're a big Nazi, I'm probably not going to accept you.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be encouraged. I don't think being overweight, like, it's just like people with missing limbs, I suppose, shouldn't be encouraged. Like, in the same vein, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But like, can't you do both? Can't you like accept them being overweight, but also encourage them to lose it?
Having a good self-image is part of being happy.
So yeah, but if they've accepted themselves, they have a good. If having a good self-image would be acceptance of, this is me, I like who I am. That's acceptance.
That's sort of when we said, like, towards the start of I'm content with where I am, but this is not where I want to be. Sure, is that not a better way of seeing it again? Because if you're
that's like
if you
both of
accept
them together.
Yeah, if you accept it, are you less likely to change?
That's interesting.
Because if I say I am happy where I am, you see a lot of people when they say, "Oh, I've made it,"
Haven't even
fall
made
off.
it. Yeah.
Because they get comfortable and they accept it. Would that acceptance not? Would that acceptance discourage
Growth. Potentially. I think it would be naive to say that it doesn't. Also, it got very dark in here. Like, is there any way we can, with up in the ISO help? Can you do that on the fly?
I understand, and I realise as I'm going quiet, but that's because I'm hungry. I can feel my belly.
I'm quite hungry. Yeah, see, that's better.
There's a fine line there.
There's a very fine line. It's very, because there are so many sort of what ifs and sort of, well,
It's gonna get brighter now.
yeah, probably, because you're playing with people's emotions, and it's such a dangerous thing to sort of fuck about with. That I think that you have to go back to the sort of, who are we to say? If you wanted to make a course and you're like, guys, look, we should all be healthy. That's facts, 100%. We should all. It'd be great if we were all healthy. Some of us obviously can't change certain things. You get like diseases, cystic fibrosis, and all stuff like that. I don't necessarily think that you can have, with the body positive movement, I don't think you can have the encouragement and acceptance together. I think that's where your issue with it lies, because what has been your experience with body positivity? Because I'm assuming you're seeing it online, and you're seeing it from meme pages, and you're seeing it from like certain individuals like Jordan Peterson, which means you're seeing the narrative, and the narrative that the meme pages obviously post is that, look at this fat woman, getting clowned on like by this Chad, you know what I mean? That's dangerous. Or Jordan Peterson saying it wasn't sexy. He made an explicit point that no, it's not sexy. It's not sexy to him. Like, so many people like overweight women.
No, he said it wasn't beautiful.
Oh yeah, it wasn't beautiful.
I think his point there was referring to that of the beauty of an athlete's body, of like working towards that.
What if this? Because I don't know who this overweight woman is. What if she was 450 pounds and now she weighs 200?
Well, fucking done.
But she's still overweight, even though she's done something so by
she's making a change though.
Yeah.
You've never seen that change, have you?
You would have, yeah.
You can't see it.
All Jordan Peterson's seen is, damn, this bitch is fat. I don't like this.
Yeah, but she was overweight. She was overweight on the cover, right?
Yeah.
I haven't said that you should go and call people fat. I've just multiple times said don't do that. You lead by example. it's not good to go and call people fat and call them bullying. You have to educate.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, with him saying it's not the standard of beauty or it's not like athletic at all, is what if she has gone through this athletic change? Why shouldn't she be allowed to be on the cover now? If I went from 300 pounds to 180, and I was fucking huge, I'd be a candidate for the cover, and he wouldn't say anything. But she's gone through a greater change, and she's put more work into it.
Yeah, she's the body of the
overweight lady.
No, that movement is about staying at that weight. She has gone against that by losing the weight. That's a good role model. That's a role model of saying, look, I was this weight, now look at me now. I'm on this journey of getting into good shape. That's not...
Look at how well I'm doing.
Yeah, that's not what like the body positivity people are saying about being fat. That is like athletic sport. What I've said is a healthy role model. That's an example of that. That's an example of someone being in a position that other people are and getting out of that. Not being in this position and saying, accept it, be happy. You should be happy where you are, but you should want to be better.
I don't know, with me, I'm always after self-improvement. Always, whether it's up here or physically, I'm always after self-improvement, learning new things as well. Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the people who don't want to do
Hold your mic again, sorry.
People who don't want to do that, yeah. Or not necessarily don't want to, but don't do it, yeah. And it is a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, because there's a lot of eggshells that you can walk on, but there's people who want to lose weight, yeah, but they don't see themselves doing it, yeah, and they don't do it. And then there's people who want to lose weight and they go out and do it, but then the ones that go out and do it, yeah, say their diet plan's not right, yeah, or they're not doing it, they're losing the weight part right, and they don't lose it. Would they get slated on?
Probably.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Would they get slated on for not doing it properly, or would they get slated on just for not losing weight full stop? Like, oh, you're still eating like shit. Well, he eats the foods that he likes and he's happy. And he's happy that he's going to the gym and trying to lose weight, yeah, even though he's not seeing much progress. And
that is progress. That's a lot of progress for an overweight person. So for like an obese person, start going to the gym. Even if you're still eating terrible food, that's a big step. Because that change from just sitting on the couch all day, that's brilliant. You shouldn't try and change in like one big massive step. Cause it doesn't.
Yeah,
you might do it for like 2 days. You might do it for like 2 days, but then you'll just fall back off. It's slow improvement, 1% better every day. It's a compound effect.
Do you think that powerlifters who weigh 18 stone, do you think they're healthy?
See, we discussed this in P actually. There's health and there's fitness. For his environment, he is perfect for that environment, but he is not healthy. He's probably gonna have a very high BMI, high body fat. People like sumo wrestlers, they die at like 40. Yeah. Because they're so overweight. But in their sport, they're fit. You can be a sumo champion, but you can be like 50% body fat. Sorry, go on.
I have a very close friend, yeah, who he used to weigh 22 stone. Throughout lockdown, he used to weigh 20 stone, sorry. Throughout lockdown, it increased to 22 stone, yeah, because it was 2 years of nothingness, and he eats a lot. Doesn't eat a lot of shit, but he eats a lot. And then now, like after lockdown, it's gone down to 21 stone, yeah. He's 6'3" and he's rather wide, yeah, but I know he can deadlift 195 kg, yeah, he can chest press 180 kg, or he can chest press 180 bench press 180 kg. That was 3 months ago, and he hasn't done much of it since. And I know he can squat 150 kg as well. Yeah, would you say he's obese? I mean, you've not seen him. I can see if I get a picture if you want.
Is it
Josh.
Yeah. I've met Josh, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it your pie?
Yeah, the big
Yeah,
fella,
yeah.
the quiet one.
The big fella.
If you're going to be objectively call someone obese, you look at like a BMI. You look at someone's BMI that tells you, are you underweight, normal weight for your age and height? Are you overweight? You're obese. There's like a scale. That doesn't take into account muscle mass, but it still is over. Like everyone has a sort of like natural body range. When you start to go outside that, because even like bodybuilders, when they get absolutely huge on steroids, they're not healthy because they die very young. The heart usually fails.
Oh, sorry, I just thought of a very interesting point.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I mean.
On the cover of Sports Illustrated,
Mm-hmm.
what about all the people in juice? All the lads, like this massive biceps because they're on juice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not healthy.
Yeah, he doesn't have an issue with that. I think because John Peterson's a right-wing man, and by the sounds of it, also kind of misogynistic, because he doesn't have an issue with most of these things, but he has an issue with that.
I think that's maybe not understanding of the health benefits, but the clip we watched, he didn't mention any of that.
Yep.
Have you seen another clip of him? Oh shit!
Damn.
Ran out of battery again. Have you
Which
seen?
does this mean that the camera's not working?
Yeah, but you can hear us on the microphones,
Yeah.
so it's just like a
Okay.
black screen. What was I saying? Yeah, we just watched like a 60-second clip.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen another clip of Jordan Peterson talking about bodybuilders and steroids?
Sign up. I'll check it because I kind of feel I
feel like he might have.
really I don't.
But what is steroids aren't healthy, are they?
No.
They make you look good. Yeah,
Mhm.
they make you look like immensely healthy, but they're not fucking healthy.
Would you rather someone who's in that shape,
On
on steroids, or being overweight as a role model? Because people like you look at like Sebum, Arnold, Stallone.
Well,
What's that guy, Noel?
Oh no,
Noel
old days
Benson.
out.
Yeah, they're all on
Beast.
steroids, but they're encouraging so many people into getting in the gym.
Yeah, but he's.
They're not
Is
necessarily.
Superman on steroids?
Yeah, everyone who like
Does the classic physique? They're all on roids. Yeah. John Peterson hasn't spoken about steroids,
Damn, I've got to get myself some of them.
so it's like. You know,
you don't know his opinion on that. It might be you might be right.
the fact that he's using his platform to talk about to slate this woman who's on the magazine cover, but he isn't using it to talk about that is enough sort of evidence. I feel like the evidence of absence there is what's the phrase? Evidence for absence. I don't even fucking know. It's like I feel like that's evidence in itself.
What about? Is that woman spoken up about what he said?
Well, sorry, but about the evidence thing, you still don't know 'cause it's not concrete. I get your point, yeah. 'Cause it's like the point you made the other day about like, oh yeah, when people pay out on bail, that's never a good sign. But he hasn't spoken about that, so it's kind of like I get what you mean. I get what you're saying.
If he believed truly that everyone on Sports Illustrated magazine should be healthy, fit individuals, then he would speak about it. I think that's a fact. If he genuinely believed that as a belief so much that he wants to post about it,
But he's just pinpointing this one woman.
but he's just pinpointing this one woman because he doesn't like her, I guess, or like he doesn't like what she represents. And that's at that point, it's.
Do you think that he just doesn't talk about it all the time? Because he's a psychologist. He talks about like psychology,
Mental health
therapy.
stuff, yeah, mental stuff.
like that side.
Well, I suppose you can't expect him to talk about everything he knows all the time.
Yeah.
But he does. He mentions this twice. He tweets about it, then he talks about the backlash he got about it.
I think that was because he was asked about it. He was asked because he was a guest on his daughter's podcast.
But that's what I mean. He is talking about it there.
He's been asked about it though. Yes, the first time he just popped up and was like, "Yo," but the second time he's been asked about it. He's not gonna be like, "Fuck off" to his daughter when he's asked about it, is he?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying as in he has the opportunity there to talk about everything about it. He has the opportunity there to be like, well, I said this because I don't think sports magazines should promote unhealthy things.
Mm-hmm.
He's not said that. He said this woman is wearing a revealing swimsuit and she isn't beautiful, and I don't think it should be on there. And fuck you if you don't like my opinion.
You gotta remember that was if you listen to the full podcast.
No, I've shown what you. I'm going for what you've shown me.
Exactly. It's like when people like that guy. You remember the guy who's telling us when we like said about like brushing teeth on like a clip and he, like popped up and this whole rant. He hasn't watched the full podcast. He might have talked about it. I don't know. You might not have. Because you got to remember that's a 60-second clip of a podcast. It's probably over an hour or two long, and is very edited.
Yeah, some of the bad parts might have been taken out.
Exactly. Because it's all about, remember, it's about, especially on social media, it's retention.
I suppose, yeah. I'd be stupid to say that that's the full thing and there's no more evidence about this. That would be naive of me.
Yeah.
Like, but the sort of rebuttal to that is if I watch a clip of Andrew Tate saying that women who get raped, it's their own fault, it's like, well, I now know enough about you. I know what that if that's something that you believe, there's a lot of shit. I know it's more extreme, but it's like, okay,
just a little bit.
It's with the logic of sort of, right, this is something you believe, so it would be fair to make the assumption that you're a dick because of this. I think it's fair enough to say that from that clip, Jordan Peterson's main issue. From that clip, just that clip, Jordan Peterson's issue is the fact that there's an obese woman on a sports magazine. He doesn't like that. When he says these, like, he talks about that it's manipulation. I think him tweeting about it's manipulation too. Because, like we were talking about before, he's got this follower base. He's got these impressionable teenagers that follow him. He's not stupid. He knows his demographic is one mainly male and two mainly teenagers. I feel like Jordan Peterson's it's like synonymous with the sort of self-improvement like label and those sort of people, which is mainly followed by teenagers.
You follow the hashtags.
Yeah.
Whatever he's put a hashtag on, will be what he's probably targeting. Yeah, because it reaches out.
So it's like at that point.
And speaking as well, like, if talking about the unhealthiness, I've just thought about this. Yeah, he's said that, or we've been saying, and a lot of people say that it's unhealthy, to be overweight. But the government. It's a bit conspiracy like, but the government don't say anything, to overweight people, do they? A lot of people, well, a few of the people, including Boris himself, are overweight.
Oh no, the government wants you to be overweight. 100%.
Yeah. Smoking is unhealthy, and the government do tell you to quit on that on every packet.
By law.
That's packet. That's by law, like, But they make a lot of money on that.
Hold the mic closer.
Maybe,
Do I have to speak like this now?
No, that just there,
Sugar and tobacco are two of the biggest sort of timeless money makers.
Yeah, just you don't see it, but they are.
Because they haven't found a way of making money off of getting people in shape yet.
No, because it means cutting out a lot of the bullshit that they try and throw at you for cheap.
Yeah,
it means reducing their overall profits, and it's like fucking Wall-E or whatever. All the fat people on the spaceship, they're the most docile.
Yeah,
Fat, you can do what you want because they won't fight up for it because they just want to sit on their floating chairs and
float around playing tennis.
Like,
well, virtual reality tennis just.
This has been an interesting. Damn, we've got 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Damn. I suppose it's probably a good point to end.
I would be interested to know what other people think. I really enjoyed this conversation.
I haven't. It's been shit.
And no, I think it was a healthy debate.
Yeah,
I think it's a very sensitive topic, isn't it?
It is. It makes it so hard to talk about because you're dealing with people like at their lives and their emotions.
And there's people who I know. Well, we all know.
I'll be interested to see what people think. The one person that who comments on our our post.
Promote it on Reality Records. What do you think?
Let us know what you think on the body positivity kind of movement. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it whack? Is it good?
Fact or cap?
Yeah, thanks Myles for coming on, man.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah,
I've enjoyed
it.
I hope everyone enjoyed watching or
listening.
Watching the black screen if you're on YouTube after a bit. But yeah.
Yeah, if anyone watches to the end, you know what I mean?
I'm getting myself some food, mate.
Yeah, I'm fucking hungry.
Au revoir.
Yeah, auf Wiedersehen.